think of myself as the type of guy who will dare go where other reviewers won't. I'm sure most of us have seen the Nostalgia Critic's review of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and while I admit to owning the full series, I will concede that it was pretty stupid and nonsensical. But the critic didn't mention that there were 2 more Super Mario cartoons released shortly thereafter, and we're gonna tackle them right now. So let's get started with The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3. This show premiered in 1990 on NBC's Saturday morning lineup rather than syndication like the first one. Now, some younger viewers may wonder, how could this be called Super Mario 3 when it's the second show? Well, the original Super Show was actually a mishmash of the first 2 Super Mario games. A year after it debuted, Nintendo released the Super Mario Bros. 3 video game. And it was awesome! With more power-ups and hidden bonuses than we'd ever seen before, and various new worlds with different paths we could take, it may still be the greatest 8-bit video game ever. And since Nintendo loved to whore out its products at the time, they gladly made an animated series based on it, airing it with the second season of Captain and the Game Master. Yeah, that might not have been the best package deal. So I think the story is supposed to pick up where the first show left off. It's hard to tell because we once again get no real pilot. There's hints that Koopa had left the Mushroom Kingdom or had been banished to some phantom zone only to return, so the Marios have to fight him once again.
No job is too big for the Super Mario Brothers, Prince.
What? Mario, what happened to your voice? Luigi, what happened?
Those giant Ninja Koopas will be here any minute.
Huh? Sadly, they couldn't bring back Captain Lou Albano or Danny Wells to voice our main characters, and I will admit that as a kid, it was shocking to hear those new voices. So in his attempt to conquer the mushrooms, King Koopa has enlisted the aid of his 7 Koopa kids that were featured in the third game. You know, Morton, Roy, Larry, Ludwig...
Bully, Big Mouth, Cheatsy, Kooky.
What? Yeah, for some reason, they changed the names of all the Koopa kids. And you better believe the argument over what the kids' real names were set off many a playground scuffle. Hey, it was the early 90s. Internet flame wars hadn't started up yet. On the other hand, they do clear up the issue about whether Koopa's name is King Koopa or Bowser, and claim his full name is actually King Bowser Koopa. And I guess if enough fans complain about it, they'll do something. What was pretty surreal about the show was while Bowser is a villain, he's actually portrayed as a caring father to his 7 kids. Granted, he'll chase them out of rage at the end, but he does seem to care about their well-being and making them happy. The kids also had their own personalities, like Cootie Pie being a spoiled brat and Kooky was a mad scientist. It was a nice touch, even if they could be a little grating. Oh yeah, there's that migraine again. A lot about this show is pretty close to the actual game when compared to the first show. The writers dropped all the nonsensical locations like Pasta Land and Car Land and set the episodes in the same Desert Land and Skyland types that were actually featured in the third game. They also featured a lot more of the power-ups and little nuggets about them like Mario and Luigi losing their powers if the bad guys touched them. However, only about half the episodes focused on the Mushroom Kingdom. The rest had the Koopas trying to take over the real world, as in our world. There were episodes with the Koopas invading Washington, Miami, and even the Mario's hometown of Brooklyn. Wait a minute. Wasn't the underlying plot of the first Super Show about Mario and Luigi's quest to get back home to Brooklyn? Now they can apparently travel back and forth at will, and they actually choose to stay in this insane world where everything is out to kill them just because they've got some moral obligation to help Princess Toadstool. And worst of all, because this is a kid's show, you know she ain't putting out for either one of them. Still, the concept of the Koopas coming into our world was kinda cool. I really liked the idea when Bowser gave his 7 kids one continent each to run roughshod on.
I'm painting graffiti all over this wall. The Great Wall of China.
I'm taking over all the TV stations. I'm turning the Amazon forest into a parking lot.
Huh, looking back now, those evil plots are actually kinda lame. The show had 26 episodes made for an original 13-week run, but it wasn't renewed for next year. Not because of bad ratings, but because Nintendo had a new game to shill. 1991 saw the debut of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System and its flagship game, Super Mario World. And again, this game kicked ass. Your character could actually fly indefinitely, there were many new worlds to choose from, and you got to ride a dinosaur that literally ate monsters for breakfast! So, once again, the next game raised the bar. The next cartoon show, not so much.
Super Mario, Super Mario, Super Mario World.
Super Mario World. It's a blast from the past.
I can't believe I'd actually prefer the rap song from the Super Show. The Super Mario World show relocates our heroes to Dinosaur World because Koopa apparently got tired of failing in the Mushroom Kingdom, I guess. Once again, no pilot episode giving us these details. I guess it makes sense for the Marios to follow Koopa since they're the brave, foolhardy heroes, but why would Princess Toadstool come with them? Doesn't she have a kingdom to run that she just abandoned? Did she leave freaking Toad in charge? Yeah, Toad is now out of this show and is replaced by the dinosaur Yoshi, who, like in the game, can eat monsters and wear magic wings, even if he can be a bit of an annoying baby and a sniveling coward at times.
Mama Fire Plant lives on the other side of the river, and I'm scared of water.
Once again, there were many references to the game itself, like Mario's cape and their ability to get coins by punching magic blocks. Well, there was one notable difference. The freaking Caveman Village!
Those cave people work too hard.
The cave people were an annoying plot convenience, as the Marios had to save them almost every episode, because apparently saving Toadstool every week finally got old. The most annoying was the recurring character of Oogtar, who kept getting into more trouble than Scrappy-Doo and had one of the worst catchphrases ever.
Dino Bunga! Hey! Dino Dude Radical Cool!
Surfer Dude speak plus dinosaur pun equals fail!
Oogtar not lost. Oogtar just not sure where he is.
And you have to wonder how many kindergartners sent letters to Nintendo pointing out that dinosaurs and humans didn't live in the same time period. Okay, you can suspend that disbelief for creative license, but not when you're using the show to try and teach its viewers! Yeah, apparently the parent groups got on Nintendo's butts, and a number of episodes tried to shoehorn in lessons, like the dangers of too much junk food and how it will turn you into a chicken.
Boy, you're right hungry.
I think Disney stole that concept for a Kim Possible episode. Or the one about wasting too much time on the phone.
They don't work, they don't play, they've turned into phone junkies.
That's nothing. Wait till they discover online social media. And of course, the one about how watching TV is bad for you. Yes, a message about not watching television. On a TV show. See, this is what happens when you cut funding to our schools and force private entertainment companies to do the teaching for them! And is it just me, or did the animation quality get worse from the previous show? Yes, I agree that you don't need great quality animation if the story is good, but they're not exactly providing in that department either!
Why are you holding us prisoner?
Because I'm an evil Koopa wizard. I don't need a reason to be mean and nasty.
It also means the writers have an excuse to not do a good job!
Well, I'm afraid he's got a point there.
The only relief is that only half as many episodes were produced, and the accompanying Captain N episodes were reduced by half the time. Apparently, Nintendo and DiC didn't have the same unlimited budget that the Marios did in that show. Super Mario Bros. 3 was stupid and ridiculous, but tolerable. I actually liked how it often focused on the Koopa Kids' personalities and the concept of interacting with our world. Super Mario World, however, was just boring. The new characters were not entertaining at all, the writing and animation were pathetic, and the attempts to shoehorn in life lessons were annoying as all get out. Nintendo didn't produce another Mario game for 5 years, and the production of TV adaptations quickly faded away. Which means they didn't even give my idea for a Ninja Gaiden series a look-see. Seriously, would it have hurt to return my calls? See you next time on TV Trash.